Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to In the Works, the podcast. Thank you for being here another week. Today, we're going to talk about how to find meaning in life and in the things that truly matter. I want to start telling you that if you're here today, it's not by accident. Probably you're someone that is looking not just for answers, but for meaning, not for accomplishments, but alignment. And I get it, because lately I have found myself in the same place, asking myself, what does it really mean to live a meaningful life? With full-time nursing studies, having a part-time job, relationships, training like an athlete, and all the things in between. I'm not gonna lie, life gets really busy and overwhelming sometimes. There's days that I feel exhausted and I start to question everything that I'm doing. And in those moments, I have realized something powerful. And is that the meaning isn't in the big wins, but it's found in the form of how we live the ordinary, mundane days. So let's take a deep breath and dive into this episode. So we're going to start talking about the myth of arrival. And to start with, I want to mention how we are all conditioned to believe that meaning or happiness is something we all arrive to. That if we just hit the next goal, everything will finally be into place. That if we find the perfect relationship, we will be happy. If we are 20 kilos down, we will be happy. That we will be happy whenever we get a master's degree, whenever we have certain amount of money, whenever we move cities, or whenever we feel ready for something. And we go through life always searching, waiting for something magical to happen. We get so caught up chasing what's next that we forget to see and really appreciate what's now in this moment. We overlook the quiet miracles of the moment, the richness of drinking a warm coffee cup in the morning with intention, the privilege of sitting across someone that you love for dinner, or the joy of laughing with the friends that already surround you. We become so focused on building a life that looks amazing that we forget that we are already living our dream life. So I want you to let this land in your heart today. And is that happiness doesn't arrive later. It is born in how you choose to live this exact moment. Is it in the way you smile at the strangers in the street? Is in the way you show kindness to someone without expecting anything back? It is in the way you make your bed in the morning. It is the way you brush your teeth or how you journal. How you do all those daily, mundane, tiny tasks. Is also the way you treat yourself when no one is around. And meaning isn't something out there to chase, but is something you build right here with love, with a lot of presence, and with a lot of intention as well. And let me ask you this. How many times have you said these things to yourself? How many times have you told to yourself that someday, whenever you feel ready, you will leave that job that you don't like? Or someday, when you lose 20 kilos, you will be finally happy? Or that someday you will go for it, and then having already 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years, and you still in the exact same position as before. I want to tell you that there is no someday, there is just today. And when tomorrow comes, it becomes another today, and the next day, and the next. And here's the most shocking truth of all, is that your ship isn't coming, it is already here. You already have the confidence, you already have the skills, you already have the money, you already have the time, you already have everything that it takes to create whatever you want. And the only thing is that you cannot see it yet, because you're still looking in the wrong places. Stop waiting for a sign and start working on yourself, because everything that is put into your heart, I believe, is for a reason. So if you have always been thinking of doing something extraordinary, but you just don't believe in yourself enough, or you think you don't have the resources, or you don't have the time, might be worth just really diving and journaling into why you have all these excuses. I truly believe all these things are coming from your higher self to just tell you to start believing in yourself, because the best version of you is just in the other side of all those fears. At the moment, I am doing my clinical placements in an aged care home, and I have had the privilege to work with some people that are near the end of their lives, and their wisdom have cracked me open in ways I will never imagine before. They don't talk about the rewards, they don't talk about the money, they don't talk about the followers. They talk about the joy of morning coffees, the joy of laughter with friends, and the comfort of a familiar voice. One resident told me that some of the best moments of his life have been always through connection and being with the people that he most loved in the world, simply sharing a meal, watching the sky, feeling the sun on his skin, or as I said before, just simply having dinner with someone he loved. He told me that in that stillness is where you find the greatest richness in life, is in those small moments, in that tea that you get to enjoy with your partner at nighttime before sleeping, or simply getting a FaceTime call from their grandchildren. And this made me ask myself, am I chasing the things that really matter? Or am I chasing those things that socials or society have told me to chase? I want to also talk about how familiar doesn't necessarily mean freedom, and I want to dive in how if you have spent years in survival mode, in control, in performance, maybe familiar for you will feel like chaos and anxiety and sadness and a lot of mess. Or maybe the constant need to fix something. So per consequence, you stay in relationships that doesn't serve you. You stay in jobs that don't light you up at all. Or you simply don't take that step forward towards the dreams that you have because it feels more comfortable and familiar to not do it. But here's the reminder. Familiar doesn't necessarily mean aligned. And the real freedom is learning to sit with yourself in silence and still have the ability to feel full, just being with your own self. To let go of patterns that keep you safe, but they may be holding you back and keeping you small, not letting you grow at all. So stop waiting for something external to validate your growth. Because when you start doing the hard, quiet things with love and presence, that's where the magic in your life starts to get unlocked. I want to take, for example, this morning I decided to go for a walk with my partner with no phones, just our cards and the house keys. And it is Easter season at the time I'm filming this episode. And we end up, after having breakfast, walking in the park with coffee, seeing how the kids, we were doing Easter egg hunts, how they were enjoying with their families. The dogs were playing around, the sun was out, the sky was blue and beautiful. And in that moment of just like watching so many people being so present and so happy, and us having the privilege to get to fully see the scene because we didn't have any phones, no smartwatches, no nothing. We were just like enjoying the moment, feeling the energy of the park, getting to see how everyone is enjoying their holidays, how the kids are reaching for their chocolates, and the egg hunt was just so beautiful. Like, I cannot even put into words how did I feel after this. And it might sound so simple. We were just like walking and having coffee. But at least for me, that sense of connection, of smiling to strangers in the park, of appreciating how much happiness was around, how the sun was touching my skin, mean much more than being in the ultimate holidays in Dubai or whatever. Is, all these little moments of connection and the stillness where you find the most meaning in life. It's in the slowness, in the presence, in the feeling of being grounded and together, I will say. It reminds me that we don't need these big milestones to feel alive. Sometimes meaning is just a slow Sunday morning with someone you love, or a Friday night having dinner with the people you most love, or a Saturday morning just having coffee on your own and reading your favorite book. So also this is important in order to be able to acknowledge this topic around the gap and the gain. So basically is that sometimes we spend so much time in the gap, measuring ourselves against where we think we should be at a certain age or in our careers. And we obsess so much over what's missing, what's next, that we end up missing what's going on now in our lives and how far we have come. So what if we instead measured from the gain? What if you celebrated the version of you who used to be too anxious to rest? Or the version of you who once dreamed of what you're doing right now? I want to tell you that every step forward, every small decision to do better counts. That you have grown, you have evolved, and that you're already doing the work. And that alone deserves a celebration and a lot of pride in yourself. So now, I want to tell you that you are the meaning you have been waiting for. You might be waiting for life to hand you that grand purpose, but I'm here to tell you that you are the purpose. It is in how you show up for your morning routine. It is in how you treat people without expecting anything back. And it is in how you treat yourself and show up for yourself when nobody is around and no one is clapping. Because how you do anything is how you do everything. And when you begin to show up in every aspect of your life, like the person you want to become, not just when you're in public, but specifically when you're in your own, your energy completely shifts. And you stop waiting for something in return. You stop outsourcing your worth. And you also start aligning with your values, your integrity, your truth, and then also with all those people that are vibrating in the same energy as you. You start attracting those high valuable friends, those high valuable coworkers, and maybe a relationship partner as well. But this doesn't happen until you shift your energy and you also put in the works. So I want to tell you that that's where the magic lives, is in those quiet moments when no one is watching, but you still choose presence, you still choose love, and you still choose excellence. That's when you know that you're living a meaningful life. So, beautiful soul, if you're wondering how to find meaning in life, maybe the answer is this. Start doing the little things. Smile at someone today. Make your bed with intention. Cook your food with more intention. Take a deep breath. And choose love in moments where stress may be testing you as well. And most importantly, show up for yourself. Not because someone is watching, but because you're worth showing up for. Let this be your reminder that you are the meaning, you are the miracle, and that your story is still unfolding and it's not too late to change. With all the love and light in my heart, I will see you in the next episode. But until then, I send you so much love and light and wisdom to listen to your heart desires and start living the life you are worth and meant for. I love you and I see you with so much love. Love.